Tonight on The Big Idea, Whiz Kids daring to dream big, inspiring the rest of us to follow our passion. The Fossil Kid, just 9 years old and an expert on all dinosaurs, large and small.
I just think because they're interesting. I mean, we barely know anything about dinosaurs.
And if you watch close, he might even become a dinosaur right before your eyes. Presidential timber.
My name is Noah, and I'm running for President of the United States of America.
The first declared presidential candidate of the year, 2032. He's on the campaign trail right here and giving Donny a lesson in history.
George Washington lost all his teeth by the time he was president by cracking walnuts, and he never brushed his teeth, but he refused for his horse's teeth to not be brushed.
Author. A 9-year-old literary prodigy who's written 400 short stories. And this girl's a walking, talking dictionary.
This girl's swearing a lot, bad words. One of my favorites, by the way. The parents may cringe. I do not care.
Let a kid inspire you to dream big. Tonight on The Big Idea. And later, gumballs, signage, and plenty of pennies. Learn the clever tricks for making big bucks from a former lemonade stand hustler.
We give people pennies, start counting pennies, and then people go, "Oh, I'll keep the change."
That's right.
Little things like that.
Well, that wasn't really a thought-out technique. But,
it's a great technique.
But it worked out.
And later, the kid with the pimped-out lemonade stand finds a way to make millions.
Welcome back to The Big Idea. Tonight we're showing you there is no age requirement for going after the American dream, and you never know what might happen if you let your kid's imagination run wild. A 5-year-old at a lemonade stand might be learning skills that will someday make him a CEO, and my next guest is that kid at the lemonade stand, all grown up.
The Whiz Kid, Tyler Dikman. He was the classic kid with a lemonade stand. But even making just 25 cents a cup, Tyler saw a way to maximize profits. He went all out with a tiki hut and a gumball machine and figured out how to make 20 bucks an hour. And as he got older, Tyler kept the profits rolling, working as a magician at kids' parties and learning computers. Now at just 22 years old, Tyler is the CEO of his own multi-million-dollar computer business, Cooltronics.
Tyler Dikman, the 22-year-old grizzled CEO of Cooltronics. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Donny.
So our show tonight is all about whiz kids, kids at 5, at 9, and 11, starting businesses, making movies, running for president. You're somebody now who's all grown up. You got a business making $3.5 million a year. But
I feel old being this room.
Yes, I know it's tough. I love the beginning of your story because the ultimate metaphor for starting a business is kids opening a lemonade stand by the side of the road. But you did it with such savvy, with such a different point of view. Tell me about some of the secrets of your lemonade stand at 5 years old, because that's where you see the beginning of an entrepreneur.
It was all about finding the competitive edge. Everybody had the lemonade stand, especially in Florida, growing up in Florida, but it was finding what differentiated yourself from everybody else. So for me, I went to the grocery store. I'd get the old Bacardi rum stands, cover up, of course, all the liquor names and everything like that, and it'd have lemons hanging down. It'd be Tyler's Lemonade. But then I'd have signs all the way down the street, like a south of the border kind of thing. So you're coming up 60 feet away. You know, we've got 3 different varieties, all of this kind of thing. And then I had a real cash register. I had everything. And I'd change $20 bills and that kind of stuff. So parents, of course, would come in and always give you $1 and tell you to keep the change.
Sure.
So
you also would do things, you would give people pennies, start counting pennies, and then people go, "Oh, I'll keep the change."
That's right.
Little things like that.
Well, that wasn't really a thought-out technique, but
It's a great technique.
But it worked out well.
And you had diet lemonade.
I had the low calorie, the low cal, as I.
So you had everything. You had a line extension. You had the right promotion. You had the right point of purchase.
I added a gumball machine down the road, Cracker Jacks, and
experiential. I mean, all the things that marketers and retailers do, you were intuitively doing it. Seriously, these are little things, but. The gumball machine, the Cracker Jacks, it's to make it experiential. You had the teaser promos. You had the point of purchase. Everything. It's great stuff. What makes a kid, if you think back now to yourself at 5 or 8 or 12 or 13, where most kids are either just interested in either playing sports or playing Game Boy, whatever, What was driving you? Was it, I want to make money, I want to prove myself? What was the early motivator?
Well, I mean, you know, any kid wants to have money so they can do whatever they want. For me, I think it was the independence, maybe. A lot of people have the notion where if you have money, you can do anything you want, you can be anyone you want, and that kind of thing. And I had that notion at first, but at the same time, it was just so much fun to do something different, to be unique, you know. And it just so happened that business seemed to be the right fit, and my parents definitely fostered that a lot.
And you met Bill Gates and Michael Dell. How did you meet these guys at 16? You got professional people their whole life can't get in front of these people. How'd you do that?
Well, I went to a lot of the tech trade shows. I love that. And my first trip to Las Vegas, which was in 2000, I was 16 years old. And of course, it was very difficult to get an excuse from school, by the way, to do that, the doctor's notes and that kind of thing. So I was at one of these parties, this PC Magazine party, and a lot of these invites that I got, a lot of people didn't even know my age. They just knew I was a CEO of a technology company, and I was going to be there, you know, working with them, so I'd get an invite. And of course, you know, they'd usually ID you at the door, but they figured, oh, you're wearing a suit and that kind of thing.
Sure.
Didn't even think to ask me my age. So, you know, I got in, I'm walking around, and all of a sudden, in the corner of my eye, I see Bill Gates over there. Of course, my parents were with me. And, you know, that story, that's the classic story. I'm standing there. My mom comes up, taps me on the shoulder. What are you doing standing here? And I said, I'm waiting to talk to Bill Gates. Which one is he? Which one is he? The guy with the glasses right in front where everyone's snapping the photos. Oh, well, let's talk to him. Come here. Grabs my ear kind of thing.
It's like parents.
Exactly.
And they went, this is my son. Look what he's doing at age 16.
That's right. The most embarrassing moment ever. But, of course, you know, you got to learn to have a sense of humor about yourself.
Yes, you do. So what are you start this technology company. You're making millions now. What are the keys, the same tenets to success? Selling lemonade, being a successful magician, working at Merrill Lynch, running a technology company. What have you learned at the ripe old age of 22 that we can teach?
I feel like I'm 40 at this point, but have a lot of fun with what you do. Don't feel that you have to be a lawyer because you make a lot of money, or you have to be a banker or whatever. Just get started early. I mean, because you can make the mistakes, you know, when you're young and you don't have to support yourself, you don't have all of those things, and you don't have to only do business. Do baseball, you know, whatever it might be. For me, I love to travel. I love TV stuff. I love all that kind of stuff. But it's because I've done so many different things and failed many times.
And you're allowed to. That's great.
That's right.
The younger you are, the more you can fail.
Exactly. And that's the big thing. I've made a lot of mistakes and had a good time doing it. So
this guy's got the right attitude, and that's why this guy at 22 is making millions. Was already making money at 5. Tyler Dick.